Hi there, and thank you for joining UnSCRIPted. I'm Angela Kashuba, Dean of the UNC Eshelman School of Pharmacy. We have an amazing community here at the school, all working towards a shared goal of solving the world's most pressing healthcare challenges. I'm excited for you to hear unscripted stories of faculty, staff, students, alums, and partners. Today, I have invited Jana Thompson to my office for a conversation. Welcome, Jana, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Dean Kashuba. I appreciate it.
So you are director of PharmD Recruitment.
Yes.
And so talk to me about what the most rewarding thing is for you about student recruitment.
I love speaking with students and really serving as their cheerleader. I love kind of dreaming with them and finding out what are the things that they're wanting to do, and then how can we assist them with walking that path and then ultimately reaching the goal that they're looking to reach at some point.
I love that. Tell me about some of the challenges around PharmD student recruitment.
One thing that I'm learning is that while I also had to learn a lot about this field of study, I also have the opportunity to educate others about this field as well. And oftentimes when I'm talking with students and talking even with their parents, sometimes the light bulb just kind of goes on like, oh, wait, I didn't know I could do all these amazing things with pharmacy. And so it's been a challenge, of course, just making sure that that story gets out there. But also the challenge is still exciting because I get to share something new with these individuals and just kind of open their eyes to other things that they're able to do in terms of their career.
Yes. So Jana, from a recruitment standpoint, what are your priorities for the coming year?
We're really focusing on reaching students here in North Carolina.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So I always talk to students about that. You know, we have 100 counties in the state, and we know around 80 of them are considered rural counties. And so we want to make sure that we're reaching students, certainly within, rural areas and rural communities. We want to make sure that we are providing a care for the entire state of North Carolina. And so it's really important to us to reach out to youth in the area so that hopefully they're educated here and then they go back out to their communities and continue to serve and really move medicine forward within their various communities within the state.
And we were created by and for the people of North Carolina, so that is
Yes.
in complete alignment. I love that. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah. What are you excited about related to recruitment? Are there new programs that you'd like to implement that are coming down the pike or other things?
I am excited about really working closer with our early assurance program partners.
Okay.
We have a lot of great experiences thus far with our early assurance program.
Can you talk about the early assurance program first?
Yes, absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
So with the early assurance program, it's an opportunity for undergraduate students, or in some cases incoming freshmen, to learn about our program, but then also to get a conditional admission into our program. And so what we do on our end, we'll look at their application, we'll see their interest in pharmacy, we'll read their essays, and then we'll determine who we would want to interview from there. And so based on that, we're able to offer admission to a select group of students right here in the undergrad space. And so it's nice because once they're in the early assurance program, we provide monthly seminars to those students. We ensure that they have information about pharmacy in general. They connect with our current PharmD students. They connect with our faculty, our staff, our alumni, which has been great.
Yes.
And so we want them to start that as undergraduate students so that when they transition and come here as PharmD students, they already have a network in place and they're ready to start working within this area.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just working even closer with our partner schools. And I'm looking forward to just really connecting with those students in those schools and making sure that we are even connecting them with local alumni. So for an example, we have partnerships with App State as an example. There are alumni that live out in the western part of the state, and we would love for our alumni to come out there and meet with the students that are part of the early assurance program that are at App State as an example.
Yes.
And so I'm looking forward to all those different partnerships and just really developing this program and just really deepening our interaction with our various partner schools that we currently have in place.
I love that. That's wonderful. And the fact that we're thinking about how to connect alums with potential students, with future students, is really great, because the students, I think, they love to hear from faculty or from leadership, but really the recruitment comes from them seeing our alums out in the real world
Precisely.
and all of their experiences and hearing their paths. So I love that
Precisely.
you're making those connections.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because when we speak with students, they always they talk about the importance of speaking with those professionals because then they can
Mhm.
see themselves. And I think that's
Yes.
the bigger piece. It's just, can I see myself in this profession? And then if you
Yeah.
see a professional that went before you and
Mhm.
accomplished the goals that you're looking to accomplish, then
Yeah.
absolutely you can see yourself in this profession. And so
Yeah.
we had an event on campus a couple of weeks ago, and we had a couple of alumni stop by. And I had a student come up to me after that event, and she just told me, I really enjoyed this event because this alum talked about the things that she was able to do, the different things that she worked through to get into this profession. And now I can see that that's something I can do as well. And so when we
That's
hear those
awesome.
kinds of stories, that's really exciting to me. And I want to provide more of that to our students. And also, I'm sure our alumni appreciate speaking with incoming students as well. So it's really, I hope that's
Yes.
exciting for them as
Yes.
well.
Oh, that's terrific. So you are originally from Wisconsin.
I am.
So tell me about growing up in Wisconsin.
Yes. So I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And it was, Milwaukee is a fun place. It's actually considered the city of festivals. Because every single summer we have something called Summerfest. And so with Summerfest, it's an 11-day music festival. So it's an amazing time of just these lots of vendors, a number of different stages and musicians all over. So that's a lot of fun. But then there's also a lot of different ethnic festivals that take place during the summer as well. And just different festivals in general that take place just within our city. So I loved my time there. My parents made sure that we were exposed to just diverse cultures and diverse experiences. And as a result of that, that's always what I'm looking for just in general. In my adult life, I'm always looking for these diverse experiences and all of that. So yes, I loved my time growing up there. My parents actually still live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
I admit I don't try to go back in the wintertime, but during the summer, Milwaukee's beautiful. It's right on Lake Michigan. And so it's just a beautiful place to be in general.
That's awesome. Tell me about your educational path.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I actually attended a couple of different like what they consider gifted and talented schools. And so as a result of that, I had a lot of exposure to the arts really on in school. So I developed a love for just art in general. So when I was between like third and fifth grade, we would go to the art museum 3 times a year, the symphony orchestra, as well as our Milwaukee museum 3 times a year as well. And then I went on to do my undergraduate studies at the University of Wisconsin. So while there, I studied journalism. My focus was on advertising while there. So it was definitely a wonderful time just kind of learning and growing at the University of Wisconsin and really kind of figuring out what my next path would be after I finished there.
And so how did you come to that first recruitment job?
I was back in Milwaukee after undergrad, and I was actually working at a high school. It was a high school that was really geared toward individuals who were had come from kind of harder backgrounds. And so while there, I just really enjoyed working in education. And I decided, how can I continue to serve students, but from a different point of view? And so I just kind of thought about, okay, what did I enjoy most when I was in school? And I really enjoyed, working with other individuals at my university that, helped me walk through the university, helped me get into the university. And so I decided, well, maybe I can look at admissions and see if this might be interesting at all. And so I just started looking at different admissions positions in Milwaukee, since that's where I was living at the time. And there just happened to be the position available at Marquette. And so I was like, okay, I'll see how this will work out, and we'll see what happens here.
Terrific.
So, yes.
So Jana, tell me what drew you to North Carolina?
Well, one, this particular position. So I was really excited about exploring admissions and recruitment from an area that I'd not yet had a chance to explore. So as I mentioned, at Marquette, I did undergrad admissions. When I moved to Dallas, Texas for graduate school, I did theological admissions, and so for a theological school. And so I'd not had a chance to work in a professional school environment. And so I thought, okay, this is a new challenge and something new that I can learn, and another way to just kind of challenge myself. And so when I learned about this position and I applied, thankfully I got the position. And so I moved over here for this role. And I'll say I love North Carolina. I mean, it's a beautiful state. Yes, I do. It's wonderful to live, just about 2.5 hours away from the beach, about 3 hours away from the mountains.
Yes.
So I love the fact that I can just explore various landscapes depending on my mood from one weekend to the next, which is really exciting. So yes, I do love the state. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to be.
So do you have a favorite place in North Carolina currently?
I do. I love, I've really enjoyed going to Wrightsville Beach. I really
Okay.
enjoyed that. It's just, every time I go, it's nice and calm, and it's just a beautiful place to be. I love the beach in general. So I just love to go out there with a good book and just kind of relax and just enjoy, watching the ocean and just, sitting on the sand. All of that is just enjoyable to me.
I heard that you have an interest in art.
Love art, yes.
And that you are an artist yourself.
A little bit, yes.
So tell me what medium you work in, what you like to do.
Yes. So I primarily paint.
Okay.
Yes. And like I said, I do it very, very little bit now. I don't get a chance to do it as often as I would love to, as I would like to. More recently, I decided to start exploring other areas of art. And so I'm going to be starting a class with the Durham Arts Council. They're doing a graphic design class. And so I'm like, okay, I'm so curious to see, what that might look like and how I can kind of play with that a little bit. So I'm looking forward to, jumping in those graphic design classes and really just kind of getting a feel for what that side of that medium might look like for me. So very excited about that.
Terrific. So what do you like to paint? Do you like to paint landscapes or
primarily
portraits?
landscapes and beachscapes as well.
Yes. Oh, there's the beach connection.
I do. Yes,
again.
exactly.
Yeah.
I do have a couple of portraits at home on my wall that I painted.
Okay.
But I do prefer the landscapes. I think there's just something beautiful about nature in general. I love going to the various botanical gardens that we have here in the area. And so sometimes I'll take a picture of a flower or a plant and I'll go ahead and try to paint it when I get home.
That's lovely.
So that's always fun. And so I really do just love the natural beauty that already exists in nature, and then just trying to replicate that on a canvas.
I understand you like to travel as well. Yes. We've talked a little bit about traveling within North Carolina. Are there places that you like to travel outside of North Carolina or outside of the country?
Yes, I really loved Dubai when I had a chance to go there. And so I would love to go back there again.
So what was it about Dubai that you loved?
Well, one, it's the architecture is amazing.
Yes.
And it's breathtaking. When I was there, we did a nighttime tour. So there was a tour guide that took us around at night so you could see all the lights on all the different buildings.
Wow.
It's just amazing just to kind of see their architecture and all of that. And then I also had a chance to do what they consider like a desert safari while we were there.
Oh, wow.
And so they took us on like these fun, like kind of like a dune rides where we kind of were driving kind of fast through these different dunes to get to our location. While there, I also rode a camel. I had not ridden a camel before.
Wow.
So that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it just is just a beautiful place. The people were really, really nice and very kind. So I loved that. And another place I'll mention would be Tanzania. I love Tanzania. I had a chance to visit Dar es Salaam as well as Tarimi. My sister-in-law is actually from Tanzania, so I had a chance to go with her and my brother and just a tour group. And it was just lovely just to be over there and again connect with the people in Tanzania and get to know her. She has some students that are over there as well, so get to know some of them as well. And just, again, a beautiful place, very, very kind people. And it was just lovely to be there and just to experience that culture.
That's wonderful. Do you have a bucket place? A bucket list place?
I need to get to Italy. I have not had a chance to get to Italy yet. So yes, I'd love to go there. I would love to go to Bali. So yeah, a couple places. I mean, there are tons of places I want to go, but I don't want to keep you forever. So yes, those are probably the top two that I still need to get to very, very soon.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Jana, I want to thank you so much for your time with us today. This was a really wonderful conversation. I enjoyed it so much.
Thank you, Jana Kashuba. I appreciate you as well.
And thank you for all of your work with recruitment and your work with our students and finding their way.
Happy to do it. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you all for watching. We love sharing stories of those who make the UNC Eshelman School of Pharmacy excellent. We hope you'll join us for the next episode of UnSCRIPted, conversations with the people who are advancing medicine for life.